Well, g'day and welcome back to Good Times by Larota, Australia, Odds and Ends. I sound a bit more nasally than usual because I'm a little blocked up, but we'll work through it. Oh, listen to that, that's fucking gross. Anyway, Idiot of the Week. We're going to talk about reality TV, or from now on we'll refer to it as Unreality Tele. Let's start with, I don't know, one of your favourite shows about pawn shops. Alright, we all know the gig. Someone comes in with something precious, it's expensive, and they get lowballed. They get ripped off. They get fucked over. They get scammed. They get gypped. This is running thin. So, the way the setup usually works is they put these people on shows that we love to hate. Someone comes in with an expensive item worth, we'll go $5,000 just because it's an easy figure to half. Now, they say, I want $5,000 for this item because I know it's worth 10. Then they come back and say, listen dude, I'll give you 2.5 for it. But bam, they just made $2,500. Now, it doesn't work that way. They inflate the price of the item on the show to make it look like they've been scammed. So that way, in verse, when the owner gets ripped off, we go there, fuck yeah, the little guy got one. No. It doesn't really work that way. The way it works is they come in with an immediate value item and then, my mic just fucked up. Oh, no, there we go, it's working again. They come in with a medium priced item and then suddenly it's worth, like I said, about the $2,500 mark. They say, oh, it's really worth 10. They go behind the scenes, say, oh, blah, 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 this, that. Oh, we'll pay you 2 for it because we don't know what it is. They've still made $500. Some guy walks off, he gets his 2.5, and we sit there going, yeah, they just got scammed. They put these characters on shows just for us so that we can hate them. Alright, let's talk about, I don't know, your favourite reality show about renovations. How does that work? Test. Oh, no, there it is. I thought it was fucked again. I've got a blocked ear as well, so I'm doing really well here. Shower me with love, because I'm sick and I'm still doing these videos solely for you. Not for me at all. I hate doing this. Alright, so reality shows pertaining to buying storage sheds that have been abandoned. Quite often, most of those sheds have fuck all of value in them. And it's just a place for people to put their hoarder grandma's shit. And there's not really much that's useful. So what they will do, they'll either plant items in their worth value and then go, oh, look at this, I just found a 24k gold bar. Yeah! No, never works that way. Almost never works that way. Almost. So, on the inverse though, if they do find something of value, you have to remember that someone went bankrupt and couldn't go back to get their items. So some poor fuck just lost this gold bar that they probably didn't even know was in there. So there's that side of things too. Alright, let's talk about reno shows. So, I want to redo my kitchen. Fuck it, kitchen's the closest room. Now, I've got a budget of $2,000 and it's going to take me 3 days to do it. Wrong. See, because I have a gas oven, I have to pay a plumber to come in and fit a new one in and take the old one out. That's not going to cost $2,000. It's going to cost a fucking shitload of money. And this is before I've touched anything else. You can't cheap out on renovations. It doesn't work. And they don't show you the crew working 24/7 to finish their shit jobs that they've done and covered up all their mistakes. It takes longer than 3 days to do it too. Now look, I'm using the kitchen as an example, but it can apply to every single room of the house. Renovations are expensive and they take a long time to do. It's not fun for the most part, it's usually not, and it's time consuming and it's costly. Hang on a second. Alright, what else have we got? Unreality tele. Married at First Sight. Seems to be popular these days. I was reading an article today from the Daily Mail. It's an old article, and it basically, a couple of the former contestants came out and said it was a load of shit. Basically, they produced the absolute shit out of it and forced people to play characters. A lot of the time, what we see is far from the truth. And as for the science of putting these people together, it's reverse dating. Like, you meet someone for the first time, and you go on a couple of light dates, and you go from there, and as you get to know someone over a couple of months, you decide if they're right for you or not. Whereas they try to do the opposite. They set up these fake weddings and then say, oh, shit, well, we've been married for a few months now and I don't think this is going to work out. Bye. It's unscientific and they deliberately pair people together for clashing. But for some reason, nearly every woman I've spoken to loves the shit. I really don't get it. I mean, maybe drama is like a dietary requirement and they'll wither away to nothing if they don't get drama in their lives. Not sure. I'm sure there's blokes that watch it too. You fucking losers. Did I just say that out loud or think it? Not sure. Fucking losers. Alright, so what else do we have on the reality tele market? Or unreality? Cooking shows. Now, where there's a shitload of arguing and very little cooking, actually. And it's the same thing. Those shows are filmed 6 weeks ago from when you see it. I happen to know this because I worked for an organisation in Geelong that runs a yearly event. And I got to brush shoulders with some of these people. And I got to talking about it, and they said, oh yeah, it all wrapped up 6 weeks ago. There's still a few shows left to air though. I thought, oh, that's interesting. And that's what got me to thinking, like, hang on, how does that work? And I said, oh, yeah, it's done. We're finished. This is just a PR appearance for the rest of the series. Oh, okay, no worries, thanks very much. But again, it's produced to the point where it's unreality. It's not real anymore. And they deliberately sit people together that will fight and argue for ratings. And they'll force you to play a character. You can be an absolute top bloke or a top bird and they'll make you play the arsehole on the show. Why? Because it gets ratings. Now, the thing with popular culture, it doesn't have any moral sets to it. It's completely amoral and has no values. Henceforth, it has no value to society. It glorifies the worst traits in humanity. The worst traits. And it makes it seem like this is some wonderful achievement. If you can do this, you will be famous. And it creates a lot of toxic people in the environment around us that believe if they act the same way, they too can get fame. We've seen it a few times with certain unnamed YouTubers that have pulled cruel pranks on people and gotten themselves or others injured as a result. or they travel to a foreign country and completely disrespect their cultures and values. They are famous, and they are famous for doing it, and it's not right. So, I don't know. I really don't know where I was going with this today. I just thought I should talk about this and point out how full of shit it really is. Yeah. Leave your thoughts below and tell me what you think. I'm really interested in hearing from you. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. I'm Dan from Good Times by La Rota, Australia, odds and ends. Don't forget, punch subscribe or I'll punch you. I'm out of here.